Let's look at 8.6, all about cars, the cost of owning a car. So here are the concepts that you'll learn. There is a lot of mathematics behind financing a car. So we are going to look at that. Go ahead and read through that. Okay, so whenever you buy a vehicle and you purchase it with a loan, you're going to make fixed installment loans. You're going to do one per month, and so N is going to be 12. So PMT is your payment, and P is your principal, how much you're borrowing. N times per year, that's monthly, so N is 12, T years. So they do loans for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and 7 years. There might be an 8 year, but most likely not. So let's compare some car loans. So suppose you want to borrow 30 grand for a new car. Select one of the following loans, each requiring monthly payments. So you can do a 4-year loan, so where T is 4, and your rate is 3%, so 12.03. We're going to find out how much the payment is and then also the total interest. So payment equals, so here is our formula. Show that to you again. There we go. So it is, the payment is principal, so 30 grand, times your rate, 0.03, divided by N. N is 12 because you're in monthly payments. And then 1 minus 1 plus the rate over 12 times a negative N, which is 12, times your 4 years. Okay, and you'll put that in the calculator. So if you have to, you can do individual parts at a time, or if you have a calculator similar to mine, you can do it all in one. It's really hard to see my calculator. There we go. That's better. 30,000. Make sure to put enough zeros there. 0.03 over 12. Oh, delete that over. There we go. Then 1 minus 1 plus. Okay, so it's 664. We're going to round to the nearest whole number. That's how much your payment is per month for 4 years. So that's how you figure out your payment. So then we need to figure out how much interest. Well, we got to figure out how much total payment. So our total paid, or payments, is going to be found by doing 664 times 12 times 4, or times 48, because 12 months for 4 years. So $31,872 were spent. So to figure out how much total interest, well, we know principal was the loan amount of 30 grand, so we would need to subtract these. So 30 grand minus 30, or 31,872 minus 30 grand. Well, it's just 1,872. That's how much interest was paid. So let's look at option B, which is a 6-year loan at 4%. So you can drag out your loan a little longer. but you just have to pay 1% higher. So we're still doing N is 12. Our rate is 0.04. Time is 6 years. So we'll use that same formula. So the only thing that's changing is the rate and T for time. But it's the same, just it's going to change our payment amount. So it's going to be less payment times 6. There we go. So if you have a calculator like mine, you can go up here, bring it down, and then just go and change some things if you want. So that's 6 years. And the rate is 0.4. Okay, just double check that it's all the same. So it's 4% for 6 years. So it's 469. So now we also need to find the total interest. So we're going to do the same thing. Total payments. So 469 times 12 times 6. $33,168. Quite a bit different. Okay, so then to find out your interest, you'll subtract them. It doesn't matter which order you put it in. You just find out the positive amount. 3,768. That's how much interest. Okay, so we want to compare them. So payment on A was 664. Payment on B was 469. Total interest on A was 1,872. Total interest on B is 3,768. So comparing them, so your payment is cheaper here, but you end up paying double in the long run, just because you drug it out a little bit longer and your interest was higher whenever you drug it out a little longer. All right, so also there's a way of getting a new car without actually buying it. You can do a lease. Okay, so go ahead and look at the lease. I'm going to let you pause it there so you can read through the leasing information. Open and lease. Also read advantages, disadvantages, auto insurance. Go ahead and make sure you read all the way through slide 13, and we're going to do slide 14 now. Okay, so let's look at how we can save money by buying a used car. So the first option is a new car option, 35 grand, 4-year note for 2.9%. The used car option is 3 years old, same car, but it costs $24,000. It can be financed for 5 years at 3.6. What is the difference in monthly payments between financing the new and financing the used? So let's look. We're going to follow the same formula. So your payment is the $35,000. If you need to look back at your formula, let's look at the rate, 0.029. Time is 4 years. N is still 12. So it's the rate over time, or months, how many you do. And then 1 minus 1 plus 0.029 over 12. negative 12 times 4. Go ahead and put that in your calculator. Pause it if you need to. It comes out to 267 or 227, sorry. Option 2, let's look at the payment. So it's $24,000. Your rate is going to be 0.036. Time is 5 years. When you put that in, it comes out to be $438, so quite a bit cheaper. So what's the difference? The difference is $627 minus $438. It's $189 cheaper. So you just have to weigh the options. Is it cheaper to buy the used or not? Depending on the rate, really. Okay, money pit of owning a car. So this talks about gas prices and also expenses such as fuel and your annual fuel expense. So the way you find your annual fuel expense is you do your annual miles driven divided by miles per gallon for that particular vehicle times your price per gallon. So let's look at this example. Suppose that you drive 24,000 miles per year and gas averages $4 per gallon. What will you save in annual fuel expenses by owning a hybrid car averaging 50 miles per gallon rather than an SUV averaging 12 miles per gallon? So we'll look at the hybrid first. So the hybrid is going to be annual miles driven. So that is our 24,000. We're going to divide by miles per gallon. So for the hybrid, it's 50. And then we're going to multiply by the price per gallon. So we're using $4. You'll put that in your calculator. It's 1,920. The SUV is 24,000, but it's only 12 miles per gallon. Woo. Times of $4. That one comes out to be 8,000. Wow. So the hybrid is way cheaper per year in fuel expenses than the SUV. So you just have to weigh your options. What is better for you? How many miles do you drive per year? I don't drive 24,000. I've had my car almost 2 years and I have 22,000 miles on it. Now let's look at part B of this problem. It says if you deposit your monthly fuel savings at the end of each month into an annuity that pays 7.3% compounded monthly, how much will you have saved at the end of 6 years? Okay, so let's figure out how much we would put in per month. Well, you got to find the difference there first. So 8,000 minus 1920. So it's 6,080 is the difference. Is how much you could save by buying the hybrid. So then you've got to divide that per month to figure out how much you could put in there per month. Oh, made a mistake. 12. There we go. So $507, we'll round that. So we can put $507 into an annuity at a rate of 0.073. N is 12 because it's per month for T times 6 years. So you're going to plug all this into the formula, find out how much you could save, well, earn, really. So it would be 507. 1 plus 0.073 over 12. 12 times 6 minus 1. 0.73 divided by 12. So go ahead and put that in your calculator. You can pause it. This is going to shock you, though. Pause it if you don't want to know the answer. Okay, hopefully you've done it now. $45,634. Just by saving this and putting it into an annuity. So kind of like a CD or a Roth or something like that. Pretty good deal right there. All right, that is it for our notes on cars.